Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back. I know the vibe's a little different. Don't worry, we're growing the paradigm lower. I want to tell you a story about something kind of weird, but kind of personal, but kind of sad at the same time. I want to tell you about when I recognized that I empathized more with emotions than I did with the people who held them. So there was this girl. Her name was Melissa. And oh boy, was Melissa. Melissa was one of them Jones. And Melissa recently had a friend of hers, her best friend, who passed away from leukemia. Now, I hadn't known this at the time. We had met each other randomly after we had kind of added each other on Facebook. And we were all going to this concert together. And she happened to be driving along with the friends that I was getting picked up by. So it was like while we were kind of in the van, we kind of like started talking, we started like vibing. We were eating snacks together. And eventually we were mad tired. So she just fell asleep on my shoulder. And I was like, yay, that's kind of cool. Like, that's one of them, Nicholas Sparks moments. It, in fact, was not a Nicholas Sparks moment. It turned out that this girl had an issue with... Are we changing the vibe? I wish you could have told me that. Studio, I wish you could have told me that. Okay. Thanks for just launching me into this. Anyway. Melissa was at the time a bit of a narcissist due to the pain that she was going through. And she was exhibiting sociopathic tendencies. And for my brothers out there that know about the struggle of the white women, I could fix her. I could save her. Thus begun one of the most consorted relationships I ever had in my life, Throughout this relationship, I didn't realize that I was being like used, but like a part of me a part of me was screaming out to me, this person's not ready for the relationship on the level that you're waiting for, because this would be like, after a whole bunch of fucked up encounters, this would be something that you want to kind of land solid with. You should probably back away. You should probably be nice and be like, hey, you're going through something right now, But then there's where the emotional manipulation came in. I can't I can't do this. Like, I'm crying at every single event. I have nobody to talk to. I can't trust anybody. It's just you. It's just you. When I tell you, like, I'm skipping a lot of subterfuge because we get into the main point here. The reason why this paradigm lore is important is because this was part of my resurgence into why I wanted to start doing poetry, why I wanted to start helping more people, because it was like, damn, I'm not going to let this be the defining marker for like, yeah, why don't I put this up? Why is it all, you see me scrunching down with my neck over here? Why don't I just put this up to my mouth? Anyway. So what ended up happening was, we were like sharing moments and we were being emotional with each other, but at the same time, it was like one of those, like, you met my dad, you stayed in my house, but like now you're kind of taking a little bit too many liberties with me. And I didn't know how to address it because at the same time I was being empathetic towards the situation that she was in. Before we get to the fucking crux of this story, Mind you, this person has changed absolutely completely. Already apologized for this. This is not like a rag story. This is me just telling you the lore. Like, so don't do the things. Oh, you still hated like blah blah blah. We cool now. Like, again, you were going through some shit. Like, this is not a like this is just what happened. You know, I understand some people will bring these things up and be like, well, fuck that person. You know, in the middle of an interview or a podcast episode, they're like, fuck that person. It's like, nah. We go. But it kept being this bouncing back and forth effect. And this is back when I like lost my job. So I was kind of like a little down on money. I was trying to like make it there for her, you know, fair exchange. You give me some food, blah, blah, blah. You know, we have a little relationship. We see each other some days. We hang out, you know, da-da-da. Whatever, right? When I tell you that at some point or another, she had asked me whether or not I wanted to be in a relationship. I had told her I kind of do, but I kind of don't think you're. Like I said it straight, and this is my biggest problem with people. Like I talk straight. Like I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you on no middleman type of feeling. Like I'm going to let you know straight off the rip. This is what it is, because I feel like if I'm wasting your time, if I'm effectively making you feel some type of thing, that just got attached. Yeah. But like she was like, well, you need to decide soon, because you know I don't want this to be something where like we grow close together. And so we started sharing even deeper moments. She took me to see one of her favorite poets, and she was like, you should talk to him. You should like start to try to get on tour with him. So I talked to him because we drove all the way out to Long Island to go watch this dude perform. And she was like, this is my first poetry performance. I'm so glad I got to share it with you. I know my next one's going to be watching you perform. She has still to this day never watched me perform. Anyway. So what ended up happening was as we started getting closer and closer together, you know, the semester, because she was in college in New York City, the semester ended and she was going back home and she was having issues there. So, you know, I was trying to pull up to the crib. You know, I feel you, girl, feel you. I could help, like, I could, you know, I know the issues between parents. You know, I'm just going through a lot of shit right now. We're doing a lot of shit. And this is preluding another story that we're going to share in season 3, because this shit is wild and I got to give you the full details, because this person's scum. We hate this person. We absolutely hate this person. Yes, chat. Yes, YouTube. If you're here right now, when you get to season 3, make sure you tune in for that fucking video, because that shit's going to be a banger. Anyway, like all my videos, not bangers. At one point, she had called me and she had let me know earlier in the day that the friend who passed away, his brother, was having issues with his family, so they had gotten him like locked up or some shit. I'm not going to be exactly, because I don't want to just like, you know, give that too much details about their life. That's their issues. Anyway, they were having issues, blah, blah, blah. So she was like frantic about it. So later that night, she called me. Had to have been somewhere around like 10 something. It's important that we memorize the time here. It's before 11. It's between 10 and 10:30. She like, yo, I need you to come through to Long Island because I really need a friend right now because I'm fucking losing my mind. And I was like, yo, I think the last train to your stop, at least close enough that you could pick me up, is like the last train is in like 40 minutes. There's no way I'm making that, like, unless I like scoot super fast to one train. Like, I just gotta book it. Like, I'd have to leave. I couldn't even have time to like really get dressed. I would just have to wear whatever I was wearing, slide on some pants, and just dip. And I fucking did it. I fucking made it to the train because that girl said to me, oh, if you don't come see me today, then you're dead to me and our friendship means nothing. It was one of those situations. And you know me, Mr. Big Paradigm, Mr. Big, oh, my darling, please don't ever feel some type of way. Of course I'll do it for you. Of course I'll love you forever. Of course I'll come in the middle of the fucking night under the pressure of losing your friendship. You think that's the hard part of the story? You think that's the part that's going to make you go nuts? Nah, son. I'm going to tell you right now. You want to know where this story goes? So obviously I'm going. I'm on the train and I forgot what happened, but like I don't think I don't think my I don't think my sorry, I'm turning something off. I don't think my brain or phone were working at the same time. And yes, it's important that you know that brain and phone, because I don't think I was receiving any messages for a certain period of time. And once I started getting messages, it was just this slew of where are you? Where are you? I can't believe you would leave me like this, blah, 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 whatever. So I called up and I was like, yo, I'm here. Like, I'm coming. And she was like, oh, thank God, whatever. Get to the fucking stop. Get to the fucking stop. Once we get to the fucking stop, exit the train, I'm thinking, yo, it's gonna be a normal ass day. I'm gonna be holding her while she cry. I'm gonna let her know. I went to the John. Hold on, y'all need to see my face when I tell you this. I went on that stop with the full intention, and I swear I'm not lying to you. I went with the full intention of telling her, yo, you gonna be my girl. Like, we're done with this. Like, you my girl now. Big fucking mistake. Okay? Big fucking mistake. So what ended up happening was, yo, so I see her car and she's like, yo, I'm in the white car, blah, 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 whatever. So I go into the car and her friend is there. Her friend is there and they both sit in the front seat. And I'm like, yo, are we good? Like, what's up? Like, I didn't know your friend was going to be here, da, da, da. Like, is everything all right? Like, were you feeling some type of way? And here is where everything collapsed for me within 10 seconds. You guys ready for this punchline? I even cut off the music for this shit. It turns out that this girl had called me all the way from Manhattan to almost deep, like Nassau, Suffolk County, like deep into the trenches where like black people are the pure minority, to tell me that not only could we never be together, but she was more worried about her best friend who passed away's brother, as she was like, well, you know that I'm gonna need time to like be with him, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I want to be with him. So like, I don't know what you're gonna do, but are you okay with that? Is that fine? Do you understand? I'm sorry to just tell you like this. She made me travel an hour and a half to break up with me when I was ready to tell her that we should be together. Son, my G, my guy. Yo, I swear to you. Oh my God, bro. Because you think this would be the fucking end of this, right? I need to remind y'all of one important ass fact. I don't got no whip. The last train just left. I gotta go home with them. I gotta go home. Like, I can't go home. I gotta go with them. So we sitting in the car, and the first words out that bitch's mouth after I bit my tongue, sorry. The first words out of that bitch's mouth after all of that, and I'm telling you, I'm giving you the condensed version. This shit was like every line. She was like, so, are you gonna like date that other girl I saw you talking with on Facebook? Flag on the play. Offsides. Clipping. Meanwhile, In my head, I'm like, in theory, I guess, like, so, yeah. Like, but like, why would you bring that fucking shit up? So my brain, instead of saying that or like any of that, all of that, blah, 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 you know what I told her? I told her, well, no, actually, I came here to tell you that I wanted to date you. Like, that was my purpose of running over here. I thought it would be cute and romantic. I'm gonna skip the rest of this story because the impact has already landed. And one day in season 3, maybe I will revisit it because, as I said earlier, it is the prerequisite for another person that came into my life that still to this day is saying some very bad things about me. Even though all of my actions are recorded at twitch.tv/the_paradigm_shift. Please let Twitch know to give me back my username. I hate the underscores. If you like this video, please do me a favor. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell to stay notified for that quick, beautiful, smooth transition. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you in the next one.